All right, welcome to this explainer. Look, if you follow tech, you already know generative AI changed absolutely everything. But today we're looking at a shift that's going to make ChatGPT look like a pocket calculator. We're talking about the massive leap from AI that just generates to AI agents that actually do.
So what happens when AI stops just talking and starts actually doing things? It's a huge question, right? Because the reality is we are rapidly moving way past the era of those little chat windows. We're entering a wild frontier where computers can act completely autonomously to solve incredibly complex problems. Okay, here's our roadmap to demystify all of this. First, we'll decode the buzzwords, then define what generative AI actually is, introduce AI agents, contrast creation versus autonomous action, and finally look at what this means for the future of work.
All right, kicking things off with Section 1, decoding the AI buzzwords and clearing out the noise.
Because let's be real, the game has totally moved past the simple creative assistant. We aren't just talking about a neat little tool that helps you write an email anymore. No, we're talking about autonomous digital workers. Imagine something that can read an email thread, draft the perfect response, and literally book a meeting on your calendar without you ever lifting a finger. It's wild.
Moving right along to Section 2, what exactly is generative AI? Let's talk about the AI brain.
So we all know generative AI acts as this incredible cognitive engine, right? It can synthesize flawless code, write compelling essays, or whip up gorgeous images in literally seconds. But, it has a fatal flaw. It is entirely passive. It just sits there on standby, constantly waiting for you to tell it what to do next.
And that brings us to its main limitation, which is reliance. Despite its absolute brilliance at content creation, generative AI requires constant handholding. Basically, if you stop prompting, it completely stops working. It's like having a genius intern who won't do anything unless you give them step-by-step instructions.
Which perfectly sets up Section 3, enter the AI agents. Let's look at the AI hands.
So think about it like this. If generative AI is the brain, AI agents are that exact same brilliant brain, but now they're equipped with hands, a clipboard, and maybe even a budget. We're looking at goal-oriented, fully autonomous workers that can execute multi-step tasks entirely on their own.
In practice, it's basically a self-sustaining loop. Step 1, you just assign one overarching goal. Let's say, hey, research my top 5 competitors. Then Step 2, the agent automatically breaks that down into manageable tasks. Step 3, it executes those actions across the web. And Step 4, and this is absolutely crucial, it evaluates its own results to make sure it actually succeeded before reporting back to you. How cool is that?
All right, Section 4, creation versus autonomous action, the thinker versus the doer.
This right here is the ultimate aha moment, dividing the thinker from the doer. With generative AI, it's totally prompt-driven and just outputs static content. But AI agents, they're goal-driven. They actively execute entire workflows. It is literally the difference between asking for a recipe and having a master chef actually go out, source all the ingredients, and cook the meal for you. And the magic number here, it's 1. Instead of micromanaging a machine, writing dozens of those granular step-by-step prompts, you only have to issue one single high-level goal. Just one goal, and the agent cascades through an entire complex automated workflow on its own.
So let's wrap this up with Section 5, the future of work and our shifting roles. Because your relationship with computers, it's fundamentally shifting. You are no longer going to be a micromanager constantly agonizing over writing the absolute perfect, highly detailed prompt. Instead, you're stepping into the role of a true manager. You're delegating high-level objectives and actually trusting your digital agents to just figure out the execution.
So when AI agents take over all that heavy lifting of execution, your true value is no longer in just doing the tasks. It's in defining the vision itself. As you look at your own workflow today, you really have to ask yourself, when the AI can flawlessly execute the plan, what exactly is your role going to be? Well, I'll leave you to ponder that one. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and definitely keep your eyes on the horizon.